Right now, somewhere, the sun is setting on a place exactly like the one your ancestors lived in. And as the light fades, something in your chest tightens that has nothing to do with the temperature dropping. You don't notice it during the day. The fear stays quiet, tucked somewhere beneath conscious thought. But the moment the room goes dark, the moment you're alone, and the lights are off, some old part of your brain wakes up and starts watching. You don't fear the dark. You fear what learned to wait in it. To understand where this feeling came from, we have to go back further than civilization, further than language, further than fire itself, to a time when your ancestors were not the most dangerous thing in the room. For most of human evolutionary history, we were not predators. We were prey. Human eyes are remarkably poor in low light. We lack the reflective layer behind the retina that lets cats, wolves, and big cats see clearly in near total darkness. At night, the one advantage early humans had, sharp daytime vision, disappeared completely. And the moment it disappeared, every advantage shifted to whatever was hunting them. This is where the fear was actually built, not from imagination, from biology. The instant the sun went down, early humans went from capable foragers to nearly blind, slow-moving targets in a world built for animals that could see perfectly in the dark. Your brain still remembers this. Studies on modern threat response show that humans process ambiguous sounds and shapes with significantly more anxiety in darkness than in light, even when nothing dangerous is actually present. That is not a personality flaw. That is software your ancestors needed to survive the night. And the threats were real. Leopards hunted most actively after sunset, dragging prey into trees to avoid competition. Cave hyenas, larger and more powerful than their modern descendants, scavenged human remains so frequently that archaeologists have found early human bones bearing unmistakable hyena bite marks. Saber-toothed cats left puncture wounds in fossil skulls that matched the exact spacing of their canine teeth. One of the most famous pieces of evidence in all of paleoanthropology is a small skull found in South Africa belonging to a child who lived roughly 2.5 million years ago. 2 clean puncture holes sit in the eye sockets. Talon marks from a massive bird of prey, identified by matching the spacing precisely to the talons of a large eagle. A toddler, taken by something with wings, in the open, likely without warning. Researchers estimate that across our evolutionary history, somewhere between 6 and 10% of early hominins were killed by predators, a rate similar to what wild baboons experience today. That number sounds small until you realize it means an early human, in their lifetime, regularly knew someone who simply did not come back. That is where this story stops being abstract. Picture the moment it became personal. Someone from the group goes out as the light is fading, to relieve themselves, to check on something, to follow a sound, and they don't return. No one sees what happened. No one hears a struggle. There is only an absence where a person used to be and a darkness that offers no answers. This is likely the first time early humans connected nightfall with permanent loss. Not danger in the abstract, grief, specific and personal. The realization that the same blackness that swallowed the horizon every evening could swallow a person whole and never give them back. Fear before this moment was simply alertness. After this moment, fear had a face. It had a name. It had a person who would never sit by the fire again. And so humans did the only thing they could. They made the dark less dark. The control of fire is one of the most consequential moments in our entire evolutionary story. And protection from predators sits right alongside warmth and cooked food as one of its core purposes. Evidence for human-controlled fire stretches back hundreds of thousands of years, and wherever we find it, we find something else alongside it. People gathered closely together, backs to the flame, faces turned outward into the dark. Fire didn't just keep early humans warm, it gave them back their eyes. It pushed the unknown back just far enough to breathe. Every fire ever built after that first one was the same gesture, repeated. A small circle of light drawn against an enormous and indifferent dark. Which brings us back to you, right now, in a world with electricity, locked doors, and security cameras, none of which has fully convinced your nervous system that the threat is gone. Children still ask for the hallway light to stay on. Adults still feel a flicker of unease walking through an unfamiliar house at night, even when they know, logically, that nothing is there. Horror films don't need monsters to unsettle you. They just need to turn off the lights and let your own evolutionary history fill in the rest. Your brain hasn't updated its threat assessment in 200,000 years. It is still running the same alert system your ancestors needed the night a leopard's eyes caught the firelight from the tree line, the night someone went out and never came back. You don't fear the dark. You fear what learned to wait in it. And every light you've ever switched on, every candle, every torch, every porch light left burning until morning, all of it is the same small, stubborn act your ancestors performed around their very first fire. Still answering a fear that is older than fear itself had a name. If this gave you chills, subscribe, because the next first in human history might be even stranger.